What's going on, everybody? This is TAETRO, and this week Ableton released an all-new pack for those who own Suite and Push. The pack is called Beat Tools, and it looks pretty cool, and I wanted to take some time today and check it out. Alright, so this new pack is definitely targeted at beat makers. Ableton gets a real bad rap for being, the EDM DAW, and I think this is just their way of addressing that. Akai is getting a lot of press because of their MPC Live and MPC Studio devices, so I think this is Ableton's way of kind of getting themselves in the mix there. Obviously, we've all known that you can make hip-hop, trap with Ableton, but I think what Ableton has trouble with sometimes is getting people to know that they can create the things that they want to create. For instance, I have Ableton Live Suite, and when I'm making hip-hop music, I need a nice deep 808 kick, but I also need some 808s that are like in tune, right? And every time I need to do that, I need to make one out of Operator, or I've made one and stored it in my user library. So Ableton is not great at giving us the set presets that we need when it comes to more modern trends. I've played around with this for a little while, and it seems like this is their way of interjecting some more modern beat making trends into some presets that are real easy to pick up right off the bat. Let's go through and just check some of them out. Right off the bat, the folders in the pack are drums, effect racks, MIDI clips, samples, sets. There's a fair number of drum kits here. That sounds amazing, and it's a great example of something I would probably never use. I mean, I just clicked on a drum rack, and it played me basically a whole track. I mean, a dope track nonetheless, but I didn't produce it, so why would I go use that? Everybody can recognize it. Let me just load it up and see what it's like. Alright, so it's not as bad as I thought. They really do give you enough pieces there so that it's not just the track that we heard in the demo right there. I will say that it seems like a lot of these drum racks are leaning towards more of like a one-shot sample style drum rack rather than like a, just kicks, snares, hi-hats, that sort of thing. You definitely get those, but then you also get the longer Let's keep going. That one's awesome. Still a little bit reserved about it though, because it leads you down a road where you're not really doing the production, you're just kind of using the sounds that are there. But that's fine in some cases. That's definitely a decap sample right there. The drum kits are really solid. Like I said, it's definitely Ableton trying to get you some modern sounds that lined up with modern trends right in the presets. So you have to do a lot less. Go into Ableton and tweak, the presets that they have already that very few of us are using. Let's move on and check out some of the instruments. Very vaporwave. Seems like a fair amount of these pads have the chord effect on them, so when you play just one note, you're actually getting a whole chord, which definitely lines up with the stuff we talked about with the drum racks, them having more one-shots. I definitely think this pack will appeal to a lot of people who are true to the MPC one-shot style finger drumming, and then also the folks using the Machina too. So this goes back to my point about it's using what Ableton already had in it and just giving us a preset of something that sounds good right off the bat. This is a simple operator and the settings are just changed. So anybody who has Ableton Live with Operator could potentially make this sound. You don't necessarily need this pack. I mean, that sound right there, it's called a squeaky bell. That's right out of any top 40 hit right now. Like any Justin Bieber, Chainsmoker sound, like. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is dig in, find some sounds that I really like, and try to put a track together using just the Beat Tools pack. Let's check it out. Alright, I've got what is pretty much a finished track using just the Beat Tools, and I'm pretty happy with it. It's not fully mixed or anything, but basically we used 4 drum racks, 3 pad sounds, 2 leads, 2 bass sounds, but one is more like a lead, and then a couple other random like effects like risers. Let's see what it sounds like. So overall, I really like this pack. It's really gonna save me a lot of time when I'm trying to build a little bit more of a modern soundtrack. And there's definitely enough material here that you can change it and make it your own. I talked a lot about the recognizable one-shots earlier, but I don't think that's too much of a problem for any active producer that can sort of take things and make them their own. But it can be really easy to fall in the trap of just using what they give you and making something easily out of that. And it's important to avoid that. Anyway, I'm about to export this track so you can hear what it sounds like. You can download it for free on my SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/TAETRO. If you enjoy live electronic music performances, tutorials, and free sound packs, subscribe to this channel. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments. This has been TAETRO. Have a good one.